Hello and welcome back to the program. You're watching Inside Blockchain live on Crypto TV Plus. I am Tony Obiaju. Now let's get a quick roundup of what has played out in the crypto space over the past few days. Feminist Coalition $1,000 Bitcoin withdrawal stirs controversy. Now, on Friday, a Twitter user with the handle known as RX Deola claimed that the coalition moved $51,000 worth of Bitcoin to a newly generated account. So now, this allegation later generated several reactions with many Twitter users calling on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, known as EFCC, to investigate the alleged withdrawal. Now, the coalition is one of the major groups that proved financial support for Nigerian youth during last year's protest against brutality and extrajudicial killings of citizens by the now disbanded and special anti-robbery squad known as SARS. Now, during the protest in October 2020, donations were made to the coalition by their supporters through Bitcoin. Now, after government authorities reportedly blocked its accounts. After the protest, the coalition stopped receiving donations, saying it would give the breakdown of how the remaining funds of about 87 million naira will be disbursed. Now, responding to the allegations via a press release, the Feminist Coalition cleared the air by showing the amounts they received and spent. Now, they claimed, that the funds alleged to have been secretly withdrawn was part of a sale, for 57,590,000 naira with a third party between November 16th and December 1st of 2020. Now, the delay of the transaction was said to be as a result of highlight how they were to spend the balance of funds, indicating that the NSAS response for medical is going to have 20,114,087 naira. The legal aid network is going to have 15,741,459 naira. Relief for victims of police brutality and families of the deceased will receive 40,228,174 naira. Memorial for the fallen is going to get 5,247,153 naira. And finally, the NSAS mental health support is going to get 6,121,678 naira. Now, more details of the funds spent by group or by this particular organization, Feminist Coalition, can be found on the official Twitter handle at feminist_co. Now, in other news, Bitcoin has set a new record breaking above $60,000 to a new all-time high. Now, the cryptocurrency, which boasts a market capitalization of more than $1.1 trillion, surged as high as $60,000 for the first time on Saturday, now lifting its price increase over the past year to more than $1,000. Now, this has been as a result of heavy institutional investments and speculations. For example, President Joe Biden has signed a $1.9 trillion pandemic relief bill into law on Friday. This will lead to over $1,400 stimulus check being distributed to millions of Americans, fueling hopes that the market boom may as well continue. Now, let's move to speak with an industry expert, to get more information on where the market is headed, as well as the possibility of having before our very eyes a global and acceptable means of payment. I am now joined by Pratik Suri, who is the founder and CEO of Mesa Group. He joins us from Dubai. Pratik, good to have you join us on the program. Can you give us a sense of what you think about the current price surge of Bitcoin? We've just seen that it is given us a new all-time high over, let's say, above $60,000. Can you give us a sense of why we are seeing this play out in the market?
Yes, actually, if you see when the Bitcoin reached at $50,000 level, also at that time, also we all were talking about this is the all-time high. But if you talk about the latest trends and the latest news, the last 1 month, even 5-year national policy, final version which was approved by the lawmakers. So If China is also actively getting involved in all these things, and if you talk about the JP Morgan, which has given the statement that the Bitcoin will reach one day to 146,000 to $150,000 level. So the speculation is one of the key factors which is driving its volatility.
Okay, you talked about volatility right there. Just you posted or you published an article where you talked about the fact that Bitcoin is actually here to stay. Looking at what this has done over the years, I mean the price basically, and this particular article that you published saying that Bitcoin is here to stay. Is this the case that we are actually seeing before our very eyes, or we are currently in a time where we can consider Bitcoin as a global and acceptable means of payment?
Of course, one should understand that Bitcoin is derived from the blockchain concept, and the blockchain is the next fundamental which is going to stay in this world. And the blockchain is not only in this crypto world, also it is used in many smart contracts also. So if you talk about the Bitcoin, after the Bitcoin, there are many digital currencies which has come in the place, like Ethereum also, which people are investing right now and people are using. And look at the world we are in now. There are NFTs in place, and recently we saw an article that one NFT was sold at $69 million US dollars. Imagine an NFT, a digital painting was sold. So yeah, I think the Bitcoin and the digital currency, people definitely will invest in all these things.
But we're looking at how several government of different states are reacting to this. While some are actually open to having that conversation, the others, are a bit skeptical and have already, started creating a ban around it, while they understudied the space and, tried to get a sense of what cryptocurrencies are and the advantages as well as the disadvantages. Do you think that this won't pose as a very, very serious challenge, especially for central banks?
Yes, of course. If you talk about central bank, this cryptocurrency is all decentralized system, and there is no central body to it. So the transfer of money and the funds to those locations in which banking facilities are not there is also very accessible. And with the penetration of smartphones, and especially if you see the Africa market, the penetration of smartphones and the price which has come to use the internet, the penetration will move on. And yes, if you talk about the cryptocurrency, everything has advantages and disadvantages, and there are certain problems when it comes to using Bitcoin because of its tendency to swing the prices. It's very volatile right now, and in a single day screen, it has gone up and down to the value of $3,000 to $10,000, which is very difficult to use. So yes, if you talk about Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, which is a cryptocurrency, and the concept has come from the blockchain. So we need to broadly understand the concept of blockchain, why it is getting in place, and why it has a demand, and why people are seeing it as a revolution, like people have seen in those times of internet.
Okay, Pratik, let me now get this from a very, very personal point of view. For you as a person, right? What experiences have you heard, especially coming into the crypto space or the playing with the crypto within the crypto market, that has sort of solidified your belief, in Bitcoin and seeing it as something that is actually here to stay? Can you just point towards some of these examples of, how it has played out for you, especially?
Look, if I talk to many people, these days we are mainly into electronic business. So when we are in international market for many years now in Africa and many regions. So when we talk to our customers, many inquiries have been started coming to us that can Bitcoin be the source of giving you the money? Can cryptos be the next payment accepted methods? People send us the articles also, that the recent articles that the Mastercard, the people are dependent in these generation for this plastic money credit cards. So that the Mastercard is having a tie up with the Bitcoin for accepting the means of payment, then it gives a very strong confidence to consumers also, and to people like us, entrepreneurs like us, that this is the digital currency which is going to be next biggest thing. And again, I would like to say that It's not about the digital currency, it's about the blockchain concept, which is going to be next biggest thing.
All right, interesting. We're looking at the next big thing. What has sort of taken the space over the recent weeks is actually non-fungible tokens. I don't know if you can help us understand the relationship here. While non-fungible tokens have taken or sort of taken the wave, most people are now looking into the direction. You're trying to understand how it works. I can sell an ad or a picture, a tweet of old can worth as much money as we've seen, especially with Jack Dorsey, the owner of Twitter in particular. Can you help us understand the balance here? We've seen the era of Bitcoin. We've seen what it has done. We've seen the era of DeFi. We're actually experiencing it right now, decentralized finance. And we are seeing non-fungible tokens. How do we create a balance within these three diverse, what do we call it now, particles or, let's say, systems that are currently available within the crypto market?
Yeah, if you talk about the NFTs right now, there are many channels which have started where you can create your own NFT and art. Especially, the last 6 to 12 months, if you see, the people have started making their own tokens a lot because there is a market also where people will just want to try and buy a Ethereum and convert and make it a NFT. And imagine I was reading an article where an NFT at Christie's auction was sold at $69 million. Imagine a digital art, a JPEG file is sold for $69 million. So if you talk about the even the concept, so everyone is now aware of the cryptocurrencies. So if you see, if anyone is going to make their own NFTs, people have a thinking that we will create our own digital painting and they in turn will get the commission which will be sold for the several places. But one should understand that just by creating a NFT, just by creating a digital art and putting it on a website does not does not mean that your painting will be sold at a very higher price. One should understand the concept that how these transactions are happening. So the lot of add-ons like NFT which has come in the place recently, a lot of other things will come into the market in the nearby terms related to buying of Ethereum and converting into NFT or the related products.
Okay, Pratik, good one. Let's now look at Bitcoin. Let's come back to this conversation shortly. Speculators have speculated about the fact that the value or market value of Bitcoin could rise to over $100,000. Right now, it is sitting comfortable at $60,000 or a little above $60,000 in the crypto space. Pratik, what do you think? Do you align your belief with these speculations that we are going to see Bitcoin very soon hit $100,000? Is this what you believe?
Look, right now it is very difficult to speculate whether it will go 100,000 or 150,000. Like, I give you the example also that JP Morgan once said that Bitcoin is a fraud. But now the JP Morgan itself is speculating that Bitcoin will reach to a level of $150,000. So if the JP Morgan type of a company is commenting on this values of speculation, then, for entrepreneurs like us get confident. And the latest swings which we have seen is very volatile swings which Bitcoin has taken. So you never know because the demand and the speculation, it's all about the demand and supply.
Okay, all right. We're coming to just before I let you go, Pratik. Can you just give us a sense of what is going to play out in the market, especially this week? What do you think is going to happen? Should we be bullish about the crypto market? Because it's interesting when you come online, you go open, you get your system, and you open and you see all green lines without the red ones. But do you think that we're going to see Bitcoin come down a bit before going back up, or it's just going to go all the way up?
If you ask about my opinion, a lot of institutions are involved in this, in buying and selling of Bitcoin. So I do not see a major fall in the Bitcoin. Like if you talk about from 60,000 to 40,000, that in the near time, I do not see the possibility. So the possibility, a swing can be there of 10%, 20%. It can be there, a swing, but it will again bounce back because a lot of big institution players are involved in this.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Finish
the
up.
statement does not only come from the JP Morgan also, because if you talk about the Mastercard statement also, which was published in the newspaper last week, I think. So they also made a statement that it's about the choice. They are not here to recommend to buy the cryptocurrencies, but they want to enable the customers to move their digital values. So a lot of big companies are getting involved in setting up the transaction, how people can do the transactions. So the more number of transactions, the more value will increase.
Okay, the more the value will increase. I think that says that we're going to come to that point where Bitcoin as our normal fiat, what we're using a normal fiat to do, we're going to be able to use Bitcoin to do that, especially as a means of payment. Payments for goods and services and products and all that. Because I think the adoption is quite low. We only have probably very little people who are already creating solutions in that regard. But do you think that we're going to gradually get to that place, or we're going to finally come to that point where we'll see Bitcoin as a means of payment globally, rather than just some sectors within the country?
I said that even after giving the JP Morgan example also, there's a company called Sino Global, which is a non-asset based freight forwarding company, which has also given a statement that they started accepting the Bitcoins as a mean of payment. And other than that, Microsoft, if the Microsoft is has started accepting the Bitcoin as the means of payment, and there are other example also, like Kessler Group of hotels in US and gaming and the Amazon. People are aware that in the Amazon, its most famous application, Twitch, they have also started accepting. So it gives a confidence to consumer also. And if the big companies have started accepting the payments mean of Bitcoin, then I think yes, slowly and slowly it will get converted very fast. In the next decade, we will see definitely Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency as a mean of payment.
All right. Thank you so much, Pratik, for speaking with us on the program at this point. We'll just have to let you go. Coming up next, we are going to be joined by Insaf Nori as we take a look at the state of crypto adoption as well as blockchain technology in Morocco. So stay tuned. We'll be right back just after this break. Yep. All right, welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Inside Blockchain live on Crypto TV Plus. And we've been talking about Bitcoin as a global and acceptable means of payment. We had Pratik Suri all the way from Dubai on the program to give us his expert opinion on what he thinks. All right, seeing that Bitcoin has actually set a new all-time high record, which is a little above $60,000, as we can see right now in the crypto space. Right now, we are going to Morocco to speak with Insaf Nori, who is the community manager at Decred, to get a sense of what the state of crypto and blockchain adoption is in Morocco. Insaf, good to have you join us on the program. Can you give us this update quickly? When we look at crypto adoption globally, and we bring it down to Morocco, where can we say we are in terms of adopting crypto or using it as a means of payment, or the technology which is called the blockchain technology, integrating it into the diverse sectors within the economy?
Okay. Hi, Tony. Thank you for the invite. I'm really glad to be here. So, for the adoption of cryptocurrencies in Morocco in general, Morocco has banned the use of cryptocurrencies since 2017. out of fear of security. But late in last month, Bank Al Maghrib is investigating to launch his own central bank digital currency, and has launched an exploratory committee to investigate the pros and cons of using CBDC here in Morocco. And despite the ban of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies here in Morocco, people here are adopting Bitcoin. So, as data from local Bitcoin has showed that Morocco is among the first classified the first in Africa after only Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya in trading Bitcoin, and also it's ranked 36 worldwide in trading Bitcoin. So I think that despite the ban, the adoption is here. People are starting to use and trade in Bitcoin because I think it's given them more freedom, and also the gain from Bitcoin and trading cryptocurrencies.
Beautiful. So
So
I understand that the situation right now is that there has been a ban. You mentioned that this ban was made in 2017, but just last
yeah.
month or in and around this year, we've seen conversations around central bank digital currencies and how they want to implement, something like that. But you also mentioned that despite the ban, right, we can still have or we can see people within Morocco participating in trading and also, trying to just continue, with the flow and all that. But let me just quickly ask you here, in terms of the regulation or the regulatory aspect of cryptocurrency trading, do you think that we're going to come to that point in Morocco where they would lift this ban and welcome the idea of cryptocurrency trading and investment within, all right, the economy?
Okay. So so back in 2019, there was a blockchain summit that was held here in Rabat, Morocco. So there were discussions about regulations. So from what I've understood, that there will be not in the near future any regulation about cryptocurrencies or the use of them. But I think that people can use them without having to go through regulation for now, because as you know, there are cryptocurrencies are private. So unless you are doing publicity for yourself, and also there is a company, a U.S. company that has bought a farmland in Dakhla in south of Morocco to uh, uh, to install data centers so it can start mine Bitcoin. So I think that despite the ban and without the regulations, there is adoption of cryptocurrencies here in Morocco.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Insef. You are the community manager at Decred. Can you tell us what this organization is about? I understand you being a citizen, you are a community manager of a crypto project or a blockchain project called Decred. So can you tell us what Decred is, what it is about, and as well as what your work is within this particular organization?
Okay, so Decred is a cryptocurrency. It's a community digital directed digital currency. It's that's as Bitcoin. It's designed to deliver a truly decentralized alternative to the traditional money that we have now. And in the Decred group, also the community members that own the crypto, that own the token and operate the system, they have the right to vote for the operation of the systems. So we call them the stakeholders. So the stakeholders make the rules by voting. We have a platform called Polydea, where the stakeholders can vote for proposals that will be passed for the funding of any projects within for the funding of the projects, and they determine also the direction of the projects. So in Decred we have no hard forks, because the stakeholders makes also the rules. They can accept or deny any change in the protocol of the projects. So we can say that Decred is secure in a way that it has a hybrid proof of work and proof of stake system. So neither the miners or the stakeholders have 100% power over the project, and it's adaptable, because the stakeholders can make the votes about the project and about the change in the protocols and the consensus changes of the code. Also, Decred is a self-funded project. So we have the award of the block. There's 16% of the award of the block goes to the miners, and 30% of the block reward goes to the stakeholders, and 10% of this reward of the block goes to the treasury, so it can find its developments. Because, as you know, it's not easy and to develop the project for a long time. So it's as this, it's self-funded, and it can stay a big time in the space. Okay. So as for my work for Decred community, as a Decred community manager, so I've started my work with Decred back in late 2017. And my role as a representative of Decred Group in region MENA is to share informations and about these projects and its technology, because it's a great technology that we can use not only in crypto but in our life. So lately, in the delays of 2020, back in Brazil, Decred blockchain has been used to register the funding of the votes. There was a municipal voting, and the Decred blockchain was used to register this funding. And it was a great experience, because we have something called DCR time, where we can timestamp anything and registered on the blockchain of Decred. So, and my work is to represent this group and to talk about its technology. And I also do traduction of the most important articles about Decred into Arabic, so that Arabic people can also read about blockchain technology and about Decred in Arabic and understand about it. I do also content creation. I do videos about blockchain and Decred in Arabic. And and I held, yeah.
You say you make content videos in Arabic, like you translate from English to Arabic for the Arabic community of people.
Yeah, I do translations of main articles, but I also do content creation about the main principle of the project, about the technology behind the project, about how it works, how it really works, about how the system, about the futures about the main features of the projects, because we in the projects we have, as I said, it's secure by its hybrid proof of work and proof of stake system. So in one of my videos, I explain what's a hybrid proof of work and proof of stake and how it works. There is also privacy, because Decred has become a privacy coin. So you can mix your coins and your transactions in in the in the projects in the Decred Decred wallet. So you can mix your transactions, and then you can vote, and nobody can know you, who you are. So it's a private. Decred has become lately a privacy coin, we say. Also, Decred is decentralized, because me as a contractor, I get paid directly from the treasury, and they're the stakeholders. Which means the people who own the coin. They are the people who decide if I could get paid or not for my work. Also, I do a proposal before, so I can say, here's what I will do and how I will do it, and they will vote if I can do this work or not. So in Decred, it's a community-driven cryptocurrency. So the people in Decred, the community in Decred, it's the one who decides about the coins, and not a centralized committee behind the coin.
Okay, quick one, Insaf, just before we round up here. Uh, the community of people, I'm talking about those that are actually pioneering this group or this organization or the company, as the case may be, are they based in Morocco, or it's an international organization? Or can you just give us a sense of the origin of Decred in say, per se?
Okay, so Decred, as it's Decred Group is an international. It's an international cryptocurrency. So we have people from all over the world working in Decred. And the history of Decred, it started back in 2013, as anonymous, named as Taco Time, has written in blockchain in Bitcoin forum, that he wants to make a cryptocurrency that's decentralized, and that's have a hybrid has a hybrid consensus mechanism.
Interesting.
So he has,
Just like
yeah.
just
So
like that of Satoshi Nakamoto of Bitcoin. Today we regard him as, or we regard the group of people in quotes as anonymous. So we have that same situation here
yeah,
with Decred, in that it's anonymous, but we have a
yes,
name, or we
it's
should have a name behind this project. But the leadership of the group in particular, that is what I'm referring to. They're based in Morocco. There should be some sort of um, the guys who are leading at the forefront. That is what I'm referring to in
okay.
this case.
So we have three founders. There is Taco Time. There is who is anonymous. There is also Inksock, who is also anonymous, and there is the company Zero, based in Texas, USA. That's three co-founders of Decred Group.
Okay, all right. Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you so much for giving us this information about this organization, as well as the state of crypto adoption, all right, within the country right there in Morocco. In Saf, at this point, we'll just have to let you go on the program.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, so and that's all. To find more information about the latest happenings captured within the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, you can visit our website www.cryptotvplus.com. Follow us across our social media platforms at CryptoTV where you can get up to date info about our programs, as well as the time. And if you're watching this program, particular interview on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can always get the notification whenever we go live on the program. I am Tony Obiajiri. I'll see you next week. Until then, it's a bye for now.